Right, Mother?
Yes, yes,
Right, Sean?
yes,
Ram
yes,
Sean.
yes.
So it's
Thumbs up.
it's changed, and I remember Mother Sita got initiated. So it's it's changing.
Yeah,
The chanting of you're most of you come with a desire, already had a desire. So the chanting of Hare Krishna has become a very important aspect of your life. Either the spiritual master has given you that mantra as a gift, or you're aspiring to receive it from him. So that's a nice thing, because once we get to the platform of Bhajana Kriya, the next thing is an Artanirvriti, so we can get some of that unwanted stuff out of our heart. Therefore, we really chant with attention, trying to avoid those 10 offenses. And we talked about those 10 offenses. Um, I guess, I don't know. I'm losing track of days, okay? The holidays messing me up. So today is Saturday. So that was this week we talked a few back.
Wednesday night.
Huh?
Wednesday night.
Yeah. Yesterday I thought was Sunday. Today. Anyway, so the thing is now that that we're chanting like this, we really want to avoid those offenses and get to the point of becoming steady. Um, and the hard work, this is an alternate 50 thing. It can go on forever. Let me tell you, I'm stuck cleaning. It's like I'm cleaning my room, and then I realize I got to clean out my closet. Oh my God! And then while I'm cleaning the room and cleaning the closet, I say, "Oh, I got to clean my heart." I realize my heart is nasty. So it's interesting because all types of things begin to come up. And as they come up, you can just go, you can start freaking out. You can say, that came from the mind. The mind's been around so long. I don't know what that mind picked up. That's me. So we don't identify, just like we don't identify with the mind, we don't identify with those things that come up from the mind. We identify with ourselves as eternal servants of Krishna. We identify ourselves with the fact that we know we're Krishna's eternal servants, and somehow we're dealing with a broken relationship that we're trying to have reestablished. I got so much nectar today. And okay, today I labeled what we're doing, okay? It's called reflections and direction. I'm just going to do different reflections. What? Reflections on the process, reflections from the holy name, reflections from different books. Who knows? Somebody might share reflections. But right now, my first reflection is going to be from the living name. And the living name, I bumped into lost relationship. So let's hear it. Do you have strong friendships? By this, I mean people close to your heart who are with you through good and bad times, people with whom your life is tightly bound. No, I can't see. There is only one person who is tightly bound to us beyond the barrier of death. He has always been with us. Even before this life, he is a friend who knows the contents of our heart. And yet, we have somehow managed to forget him. We have inconceivably lost our most important relationship. Of course, in the ultimate sense, this relationship can never be lost. We only lose our consciousness of it. We are always a part of Krishna, for we are souls, and the soul is part of God. But we have to awaken from our forgetfulness to fully benefit from that one relationship. In the Second World War, family members from countries like Poland and Romania were torn apart. Years after the war, they again found each other. Imagine the moving scene when a son was reunited with his old parents. How must he have felt? In some cases, people were infants when they were separated from their families, but nevertheless, they felt a deep bond when they met as adults. Their natural relationships started to blossom as soon as they were active in those relationships, talking to each other, eating, and working together as a family. Just as these inactive relationships were revived instantaneously, our relationship with Krishna can be reactivated the moment we turn to Him. For example, when we go on pilgrimage to a holy place such as Vrindavan, the home of Radha and Krishna, transcendental feelings of love awaken just by visiting them at home. In Vrindavan or Mayapur, the latter is home of Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu. One can engage in chanting or other devotional practices and especially feel Krishna is here and I have a substantial relationship with him. No one has to tell you about it. It comes naturally. Srila Prabhupada writes in the Nectar of Devotion, quote, the places in the 84 square mile district of Mathura are so beautifully situated on the banks of the Jamuna that anyone who goes there will never want to return to this material world. So I just bumped into something on relationships, lost relationships. And it's nice to remember that we are in a relationship, that not only do we belong to someone, but someone loves us. We've been loved before we ever were manifest here. We've been loved before we ever felt the need to be loved, you know? And basically, when the remembrance comes to us, then we can begin to reciprocate. Other than that, it's called an unrequited love affair, which is one-sided. And that's not so nice, especially when you're the one extending love. So Krishna, and many times, that's the kind of relationship he's in with us, because he's not going to stop loving us. So he has to wait for us to reciprocate. And there is a song of love, you know, and I've got so many of them in my head, but they're not the right songs of love. The song of love, does anybody know the song of love?
Hare Rama, Hare Krishna chanting.
Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, 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 Hare, Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, 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 Hare, Hare. I love you, all attractive Lord. Oh, energy. Oh, Radha, Krishna, please, please engage me in service. With feeling, Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, 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 Hare, longing, Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, 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 Hare, Hare. We have to mean it. We have to feel it. So when we call that Maha Mantra like that, it is a song of love. When Krishna hears from our voice, when he hears, you know, us calling him like that, it's a love call. Because the whole thing is that the relationship with Krishna and Arjuna, I always think of it that, you know, they're two friends. And Krishna decided that he would just voluntarily be the chariot driver of Arjuna. That is pretty amazing that the Lord takes a position as a servant of his friend. But it's like that. So everyone knows that Arjuna and Krishna had a friendship, but Arjuna wanted to stop the friendly talks and he wanted to be a disciple. Friendship usually means equal, but there are friendships that are not. But anyway, Krishna likes equal things too because Krishna doesn't, he doesn't like to remember that he's God. He likes to, just think he's one of the boys until he starts feeling like, hey, I feel like being God today. So just treat me different. But that's another whole saying. That's Krishna being Krishna, and I'm not going there. But in that relationship, even with Krishna and Arjuna, you see how it turned from friendship to Krishna became Surit, his well-wishing friend, not his equal. His, like your mother is never your equal. Your father, they're your well-wishing friends, like that. And but when you listen close, as the Bhagavad Gita goes deeper, love song, it just turns into a love song because Krishna starts expressing so much love for his devotee because Krishna loves the devotees. And in chapter 12, when he starts talking about the different characteristics of the devotees, and he's very dear to me. And this one is very dear to me. And this one is very, very dear to me. So when we're chanting, it's like that. We're reviving a relationship with Krishna. And it's so pleasing to Krishna to hear our voice. When I think of Lord Chaitanya, then I know for sure that it's so pleasing to Krishna. Why? Krishna Varnam Trisha Krishnam, Sangopam Gashtra Varshadam, Jagnai Sankritana Praya, Yajanti Yusumedasa. And in this, what is that in this age of calling? Intelligent persons perform congregational chanting to worship the incarnation of Godhead who constantly sings the names of Krishna, although his complexion is not blackish. He is Krishna himself. And he's accompanied by his associates. So when we're chanting, we see the Panchatattva. And I'm so grateful for them. But in the past times of Lord Chaitanya, it's just amazing how he loves the devotees. He loves the devotees. And he's Krishna. So we get a glimpse from Lord Chaitanya how Krishna feels, or how he wants us to reestablish that relationship. And this chanting is really a serious step to rekindling the relationship with Krishna. No one has to tell you anything. If we could start avoiding those 10 offenses, you start telling people, hey, something's going on here. I was chanting and I can't stop chanting. I just cannot stop. And when I lay down, the mantra is still going on in my head. I don't know what's going on. And you just keep on chanting. And then sometimes you'll feel sad. You say, well, why am I feeling sad? And the mantra is such a wonderful thing. But according to Lord Chaitanya, that, we have a relationship with Krishna, and somehow we're in a broken relationship because we turned away from him. And imagine understanding our relationship as eternal servants of Krishna and getting to see how wonderful Krishna is, and then be looking at ourselves and seeing that we left him. That can make you a little sad, especially when you're in the mood of Trinada Pisunichena, Toro Apisa Hishnuna, Amanena Manadena Kirtaniya Sadadari. When you're chanting, you're feeling yourself, humbler than a blade of grass, lower than a blade of grass, more tolerant than a tree, devoid of all sense of pride and false prestige, and ready to offer all respects to others and not expecting anything in return. according to Lord Chaitanya, in such a state of mind, we can chant the holy name constantly. So we know these things. Good. Get that class. Get that class. And pass. Anyway, that's private. So we see it like that. But I give you some more nectar. This is from Nam Rahasya. This is back to Anartha and Avidya, the cure for the twisted heart. Before beginning to ascend to the platform of steadiness, Nistha, that's after Anartha Nirvritti, devotees have not yet been able to full-heartedly and exclusively devote themselves to the service of Krishna, and therefore find it difficult to absorb themselves in the chanting. As described earlier, they are torn between their old attachments and the increasing light of their new, convictions. According to Srila Bhaktisiddhanta Saraswati Thakur and Nam Bhajana, devotees who have yet to reach Nistha suffer from 4 afflictions. Now, before we become steady, there's 4 problems we have. 1, they have strong love for the fleeting world. 2, they identify the soul with the material body made of flesh and blood, and with the subtle body made of mind, intelligence, and false ego. So they identify the soul with these things. 3, they have knowledge of and attachment to things other than Krishna. And 4, they have an extremely subservient mood towards Maya. Yes, dear, a basic system. These 4 inner depositions do not allow them to fly freely in the winds of the divine breeze brought by the holy name, but force them to struggle against gravity. What should they do? It is extremely helpful for such persons to worship the Lord's deity. It may be too demanding for earthbound devotees to worship Krishna only in his name, but their perturbed minds may be strengthened by acceptance and love they feel when they worship Krishna's deity. Deity worship will help them increase their attachment to Krishna. Well, that's pretty nice. Jaya Radha Shard Bihari, Radha Shard Bihari Radhe, Jaya Gauranitai, 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 Jaya Gauranitai, Jaya Jagannath, Jaya Jagannath, Jaya Baladeva, Jaya Subhadra, Lord of my life, Jaya Jagannath, Jaya Jagannath, Jaya Baladev, Jaya Subhadra. So, if we find that heart's not too right and that we have these afflictions, worship Krishna in his archer form. Come to the temple, bring some flowers or some gift, some rice, some honey, some sugar. Bring anything, but bring something for Krishna and come to see him. But most of all, come to serve him. Understanding that this is Krishna. This is another easy access. And because we can see his form, and as you become initiated, second initiation, then you can clean his body. You can dress him. And before that, you can do artik. And you can worship Tulsi. So all these different ways will strengthen us. It helps us get rid of the unwanted things in the heart. and steady ourselves so that we can become fixed on the name of Krishna. Okay. I still am just going from, the other night when we did the sadhana class and we were talking about the holy name, I felt bad because I really wanted to chant that old verse that I chant here a lot. And I didn't have time. It was too cramped. So this morning I'm going to chant this verse because we chant nectar verses. And this is one you can learn easily too. And remember, this Rupa Goswami Prajapati, he's got so many verses in here. He has the Shastika verses. But I love this verse. Madara, Madaram, Etan, Madaram, Madaram, Etan, Mangala, Mangalanam, Sakamanigam Satpalam, Chitsvarupam, Sakrita Parikitam, Shradaya Hilayaba, Briguvara, Naramatram, Tara Yet, Krishna Nama. Krishna's name is what? It's the sweetest of sweet things. That means it's Madaram, Madaram. It's sweet, like Krishna's face. Sweet, sweet, And it's the most auspicious of auspicious things. It's Mangala, like Mangala Artik. It's Mangala, Mangalanam. So it's the sweetest of the sweet things. I mean auspicious. Mangala Artik is auspicious. So it's the sweetest of the sweet things, and it's the most auspicious of the auspicious things. And it's the transcendental fruit of the vine of Vedic literatures. See, when it says the transcendental fruit of the vine of Vedic literatures, now I'm doing cross-reference. Nigama Kalpataro Gully Tampalam, Gully Tampalam. That it says that the fruit that it is it's talking about the Srimad Bhagavatam. All the expert and learned men are relishing Srimad Bhagavatam. It's what? The mature fruit of the desired tree of Vedic literatures. So I know I didn't have any right to go over there, but when I heard about that fruit on the vine of Vedic Bhagavatam, so anyway, get back over there, Hari, because we're talking about the holy name. But the holy name, and see, that's the other thing, is that the Bhagavatam, book Bhagavat and person Bhagavat, the Bhagavatam is Krishna also, So anyway, oh, best of the Brigus from the Brigu dynasty, chanted even once, either with faith or contempt, it delivers the chanter. So that's why I like this verse, because it's sweet, it's auspicious, but it's the fruit on the vine of Vedic literature. But if we chant it with faith or in contempt, still we become liberated. So that's pretty sweet nectar, pretty good nectar from. So in reflections, the other part is direction. I think it's time for us to decide which way we're going. I was speaking with Dronacharya in this program in the morning. I think that we had a good time when you were able to read with me going through a book about the holy name, and it made our discussion much fuller and lively. What do you think about that? So I came up with some options. I read something from The Living Name. I read something from Nam Rahasya. And there's another book that I have not read. And he used to be at the Japa retreats. And he's really, really wonderful. And that's Mahatma. Mahatma's on Facebook all the time giving different classes. There's a new book by Mahatma. So you have just a day or so to figure it out, because me and Drona want to make sure that we can either get the books or let you know how you can get the books sent directly to you. But we want to have books so that again we can read and discuss aspects of the holy name. Because I'm having fun in here, but if you could look at the same text and you could talk to me about it, then it becomes much stronger. And I do feel like this particular group is moving in a nice direction. I would say the advanced group, but at the same time, once you start making advancement, in Krishna consciousness, you realize your position, which is not so advanced. So I don't want to be the first one to give you misinformation. So you're doing nicely. But now once you start doing nicely, what's the first thing you hit? Is a narta nirvritti. What stands between the cleaning the heart to becoming steady? What to speak of roots, tasting the sweetness of Krishna's name. So that's what we decided we're going to need to do this. We need to be able to connect better. I only have about 6 of each of these books. So I don't know what to do. But Drona's thinking maybe we can find a way to order them. So are there any suggestions, Drona? From Vrindavaneshwari, we can purchase Nam Rahasya as an ebook. Really? Whoa.
Yeah, I'm on Sachinandana Swami's website, and he has the option to purchase Nam Rahasya as an ebook, and then we could just share it on the screen so that at least those who don't have a hard copy we could share it as an ebook on the screen.
Well, if it can be shown on the screen, that's wonderful. And the living name too works like that.
I'm not seeing that one on his website, but I can look into it.
Hare Krishna, Mother Renu. What is she telling me? She said Hare Krishna, everyone.
Hare Krishna.
Hare
So
Krishna, Mother.
one second. Should I chat or should I talk?
You can talk. You said, should you talk?
Or should we put whatever we want in the chat?
No, we can talk.
So how do we order these books?
Excuse me?
How do we order these books? How do we place the order?
Oh, I don't know yet. Mother Vrindavaneshwari is telling me what to do.
Okay. But she's talking about the ebook. I would like to have the physical copy of the book.
Mother, just go to the temple.
Amazon. It's available on Amazon.
Oh,
I
okay,
have
okay.
some. Don't worry, Mother Renu. I have. So you're covered.
Oh, I want to.
She's in Illinois, though.
No,
So-
no, no.
She's in Illinois, so.
No, I want 2 copies of each, and 1 copy to be sent to Vindhyavali Devi Mataji in California, and 1 to me. So so how do I pay for and all that stuff? Can someone give me the logistics?
You
Better they
call
order
it.
it.
I'll send them to you. I'll send. Oh, Mother, I thought you were here in Philadelphia.
No, I'm in Illinois.
Wow.
We both are not in Philadelphia.
Yeah,
I know
but
you
we
are.
got.
Well, that's
Yeah.
why she's always starting so much ruckus, because she's not here. She knows that we can't bother her back. Okay, I'm going to send. You're going to talk to Mother Vrindavaneshwari. She'll tell you everything, and I'll send both of you a copy of each. It's done.
No, all 3 books though, not just 1. 3 books. You had 3 books, right? You said these 3: the Holy Name,
No,
Nam Rahasya, and the Mahatma.
There's a book by Mahatma that you said.
I don't have Mahatma's book yet,
Okay, okay.
but I'm looking into it. Do you want me to wait, or do you want me to send these to?
No. You can wait because you can ship all 3 of them together.
Okay.
And one set to Vindhyavali Devi Mataji and 1 set for me. And
I
I
will
want to
get-
give.
But mother,
No,
mother,
I want to give
mother.
you first.
I gotta send the books. I'm gonna send them. No, I'm not gonna wait for Mahatma's book because the reason is if I don't get Mahatma's book, you need the book by next week.
Oh, okay. So what is your email address? Because I can send you my address, my Peoria address, and Vindhyavali Devi Mataji's California address as well.
My ad,
No, how do I send you my address? Like, how do I communicate with
you
you?
put it in the chat for you, mother. What does she do?
You can
but-
just you can just text. You can. I'll text you his email address.
Okay, sure. So do you check email, Haryasva Dasa Prabhu? Do you check emails regularly?
You just send it and he will take
He does. He's on email regularly. It's
Take care.
Oh, okay.
Haryasva Prabhu, just a suggestion. It may
Yes.
get there quicker for them if they order it themselves online
yeah.
through Amazon. That way
Okay.
you don't have to go to the post office, drop it off, pack it up.
Okay,
Yeah.
tell her. Listen to what Dronacharya said.
Okay.
Oh.
I'm sorry.
Okay. So
Um,
What
I
was
think
the
anybody
third?
local that can come by and stop by and pick it up, that's one thing. But if,
So the three books were Living Name, the Mahatma Das book, and the Namrahashya. Those were the three options.
yes.
yeah. I saw the link only for one book or the Amazon link. Can you send me the links for the other two Amazon books as well? For the other two books as well. Amazon links for the other two books as well.
Yeah.
Oh, I opened up the can, but I think this is good for us. If we have our own books, then we can really start to dive. And I think that we're ready. I think this group is doing fine, but we need to have better communication skills. You need the right literatures. Okay, what else am I doing?
I have a reflection I would like to share.
Yes,
Oh, this
I
has to
love
do.
reflections.
Yeah, this has to do with my shoes. Nice. So usually in the past, prior to joining ISKCON, I used to shop a lot for shoes. And because the shops are closed, the actual shops are closed, I've been shopping a lot on Amazon. So I usually get 3 sizes of the same shoe, like, 6.5, 7, 7.5. And I pick one because, the shoes, if you don't try them in the store, it's very hard to because by brand, the shoes and everything, like sometimes they're loose and the fit is not right. And so I get 3 of them and I keep one and I send 2 of them back. I used to think it is a loss for the seller, to send 2 shoes back and just keep one. I used to think in this way, oh, I'm giving him business. I don't care if I'm sending 2 shoes back because he has to pay for the shipping. They are free returns. So you can ship them back and you get the refund back. So I used to, at the end of the day, I used to think, hey, I'm giving him business. I don't care whether he gets a minor loss. It still is some gain for him. So I did realize it is unethical to do that. So ever since I joined ISKCON, I stopped doing that thing. If I'm dead sure that I'm going to buy that size and that shoe, I'm not ordering anything. And for the past 3 months, I have not bought a single shoe, which is like a big attitude change towards shoes. So that is the biggest miracle that has happened in my life because of this mantra.
Well, that's not the biggest miracle. The biggest miracle is that you still haven't been chastised severely by me. That's a good big miracle. But the good thing is that you're doing good, mother. But see, this is the kind of thing that I'm talking about. Now, them shoes or bag or things like that.
No, too
just
many
plays so
shoes
much
are
in.
bad. Too many shoes are bad. I think 30 is a good number. 100 is definitely bad. So 30 is a good number. So I'm trying to give away 70
Okay.
of the remaining ones. So
You know what?
Mother,
Can
I
I say
want you to call me and tell me when you learn how to make good offerings.
Prabhu,
Good
can
what?
I say so?
good
Yes,
what?
mother.
In 12th chapter in Bhagavad Gita, that is 13 and 14 text, it says, one who is not envious but is kind friend to all living entities, who does not think himself a proprietor and is free from false ego, who is equal in both happiness and distress, who is tolerant, always satisfied, self-controlled, and engaged in devotional service with determination, his mind and intelligence fixed on me. Such a devotee of mine is very dear to me.
Yes.
All these qualifications, like Prabhu was saying, the 12th canto, Krishna says in every text, he says, whatever, what in another one, he says, he who from one on one to put into difficulty and who is not disturbed by anyone, who is equipoised in happiness and distress, fear and anxiety, is very dear to me. Like that, every text he says in 12th canto, that,
12th chapter.
do this, 12th chapter, I'm sorry, 12th
Yes.
chapter of this thing, Bhagavad Gita, he tells everything, how you are dear to him.
Yes.
Just, that is very beautiful thing they say, he said. And it is very touching, Prabhu. Nowadays I'm reading that. And what are the things we should do to close to Krishna? It's very interesting. And we need to change to like that, to be closer to Krishna.
Oh, Mother, that is such a nice reflection. See, but I got to add to you. But in text 20, he says, those who follow this imperishable path of devotional service, who completely engage themselves with faith, making me the supreme goal, are very, very dear to me.
In every text, Prabhu, he says in a way how you have to be dear to him, and what are the things you need to change ourselves to be close to him. That's very interesting in that. So a lot of things we had to change, and like Renuka Mataji was saying, that she's changing, and we need to change, need to do more and more like this, and thinking of this.
I'm not fooling around with Mother Renuka. I want more change out of her. Not that she just stopped, hoarding shoes. That's nothing, Anybody can tell their sister, quit buying all those darn shoes, But really, I wanted to start cleaning out her closet. Get those unwanted things out the heart. Chant, pay more attention to your japa. Make offerings at home. Patram pushpam padam toyam. Do things with affection. But look how Krishna feels about devotees. Look how he feels about the devotees. This has gone from friendship. This is love. It's a love affair. That's why I say the Gita changes, As we change the way we hear the Gita, then you hear Krishna's love. And it does something to you. You just said how you felt, When you know that someone loves you so nicely, then you want to reciprocate. And Krishna gives a clue. Because the qualities, we begin to take on different qualities as we chant the holy name. Instead of finding ourselves a good description of ourselves in the 16th chapter of Bhagavad Gita, because we can go there, okay? In the Bhagavad Gita, in the 16th chapter, you can get some pretty heavy stuff. Those who are of the demonic nature, that's pretty heavy stuff. But instead, what you get is divine qualities. You get fearlessness, purification of one's existence, cultivation of spiritual knowledge, charity, self-control, truthfulness, freedom from anger, renunciation, tranquility, aversion to fault finding, compassion for all living entities. You start getting these. Why? Because these are divine qualities. And when you associate with Krishna through his name, not only does the name give you Krishna, but it burns up, it cleans up all those unwanted things that we have within us. And then the modes of material nature begin to subside. And then the faith, which is grouped about the heart, becomes steady because the faith becomes more in goodness instead of passion and ignorance. And everything begins to change because we have faith and goodness, then we hear differently and we begin to move in our devotional life differently because we have faith. That's all we have to bring is a little faith. And the association will do everything else. And association isn't just in close proximity. When you're reading the scriptures, you're associating with Krishna. You're associating with, with the previous acharyas like that. So it's powerful. And because we are part and parcel of those qualities, when in the absence of the bad stuff, the good qualities begin to manifest. This is why we chant Hare Krishna. In a service attitude, we chant Hare Krishna, and Krishna does everything because our desires change. I hope that was clear enough.
Hare Krishna, Prabhuji. So I do. I still do have reservations about initiation and all those extra things. I according to me, a person can be sincere and and take these teachings and put them into your real life, day-to-day life, um, without being initiated too. So that is my take on. Everyone has their own opinion about initiation and taking all those formal things that ISKCON tells a devotee to do. Those are all formal things, right? So you can be an informal person to ISKCON and still be a very sincere person. So I come from that thing, I mean, one can be sincere even without taking all the formalities, like, initiation and all those extra things, like they're all formalities. They're all ISKCON formalities. But what I feel as a human being is, yes, I like this philosophy. I like to practice this in my daily life. I want to be sincere at it, and I can still be sincere without following the formalities. So that's what I'm trying to say. So I still have some reservations. Not some. I have a lot of reservations. So like I'm afraid of few things. So I'm like, without the formalities also, a person can be sincere.
No, who called you? Who said you weren't sincere? I don't want to be like I don't want to indulge in too many formalities, like sometimes well wait a minute. I keep telling you, you don't have to worry about initiation. Ain't nobody going to initiate you, mother. Not okay. Now. That's the furthest thing from your mind. You don't have to worry about initiation. You're not getting initiated, okay?
Yeah, okay. Like without that, I'm happy. At this moment in my life, I'm very contented. I'm very happy. I'm in the right space. I have the right friends, and I'm in the right philosophy, right mindset. And going forward, I mean, if I can appreciate what I have and I can keep doing this is the my life is very happy now. Like, and I want to keep this. And
well, good. Well, the first thing is quit being in charge, okay? You said, you have the right to your opinion, but you want to try to see things through a different eyes, through the eyes of the scriptures and through the eyes of knowledge. But no one's calling you insincere. That's the first thing.
No, it's not about it's not about sincerity or insincerity. What I'm saying is, even without following the formalities of ISKCON, a person can be sincere.
Again, that's just you concocting things, because no one you're defending an argument that hasn't been made. Prabhupada says in the purport that that if a person has a spiritual master and can't follow his spiritual master, and he's sincere, then Krishna from within the heart, the Dhammi Buddhi Yogam Tam, he gives the understanding by which you can come to him. So we don't call people insincere, because we don't know if a person's sincere or not. A lot of times there's a weakness of heart due to so much association with the material nature. So I don't want to look at people like that, because I'm a person who I know that I'm only here by the grace of the process and of the devotees of Srila Prabhupada. That's why I'm here. Other than that, we're not having this conversation. But the modes of material nature are so strong and difficult to overcome that sometimes, even if we have a desire, we're too weak. But if we're sincere, Krishna sends his servant to help us. So you're sincere, a little bewildered half the time. That doesn't matter. If you just keep coming and starting arguments, don't worry. If you stay in the shower, use the soap, you're bound to become cleansed. So,
Okay, thank you.
and you're not getting initiated, okay?
Okay.
Don't ask me about initiation again. You're
Yeah,
not
sure,
getting
sure.
initiated.
Yeah, sure. Thank you.
Okay. Hare Krishna.
Thank you. Yeah.
Okay. So I hope we did something with the books.
So which book exactly you want to start next week? Looks like Mahatma Prabhu's book is available on Amazon, and that could be the fastest delivered to everyone.
What is it called?
Japa?
Japa?
Yeah. Which one are you talking about?
I don't know. But
Well,
anyway,
There's
Mahatma's
two
so
that
good.
came out. There's two that came out in the past year. There's The Living Wisdom of Bhakti, which came out in January, and then Japa was from last year. So I don't know which one you were referring to.
I got information. I'm going to call and check. I want to get the right new book of Mahatma's, because I
Okay.
haven't read his books, and he's really good.
Okay.
So, and I think his book will be easier for us. So
Okay.
give me, Drona.
So which book is it?
Drona,
Is
there.
gonna
He
tell
stepped
you.
out.
Renuka, wait 1 minute.
is Drona there?
He's trying to decide.
Yeah, he's scared.
Okay.
Yeah, I'm
He's
here.
here.
I'm here. I'm sorry. I have to run to the temple. I have to be there by 9:30.
Okay.
I just had to log off real quick and change my
I don't know what to do.
my work pants.
I don't
So,
know what book to do, Drona.
Drona, I have to get books from the temple. Can I come there?
if they have them at the temple, yes, you can come.
They put it in the reception room there outside. They were saying that. Then, so
We'll talk later about how to pick it up properly.
Okay. So what I'm going to
here's
do,
Shuma.
Mother, I'm going to, I don't know which book to tell y'all.
We can
except-
send an
except-
email out to everyone, Prabhu.
No,
Once
yeah,
you call
we
Mahatma
can
Prabhu,
do that.
you can
Take
tell
the-
us. And then,
But the Nam Rahasya can be an ebook. And I'm going to tell Mother Vrindavaneshwari to get the Nam Rahasya. So no matter what happens, we'll be able to read together.
Yeah, that we will start. That will start.
I think
Otherwise,
Namrahasya would be better.
Yeah, that should be.
I
it will
agree.
be
I like.
better.
I think that's a good one.
Then we'll plan the books.
You know that one better too, I think, Haryasva Prabhu.
Okay.
The other one you have to, I think.
I have to learn. Okay.
Yeah.
Mother Vrindavaneshwari,
Haribol.
Mother, could you order for us the ebook?
Of course.
And that's good enough. We'll order the ebook and then later we'll find everything else out. Okay, that's it. Is there anything that I need to say to anyone? Okay, I'm sorry, but we'll be together next week. We'll have a book that you can read online, and then we're going to send the email to everyone on the second book. And anybody local who needs a book from the temple, if the temple doesn't have it, I have some. But Drona said you can also call Amazon. Okay, that's it. Vanchakalpa Trubhyascha Kripa
Sindhubhyavcha Patitanam Pavanebhyo Vaishnavebhyo Namo Namo. Hare Krishna. Hare Krishna to everybody. Hare Krishna. Thank you.
Hare
Thank you,
Krishna.
Prabhu. Nice class.
Thank you,
Thank
Mother.
you. Thank you. You're awesome, innate. You have that innate coach splunk in you. I think whatever team you would have coached, I think the team would have done wonders. And I think our team will do wonders too. And I'm glad you're not on the football field or any of the sports field and in this Japa class. You're rocking. Thank you so much. I get inspired whenever I do the Japa. I think about you and I thank you first, and then I do the Japa.
That's bad.
Thank you, son. No. Your coaching style, and the motivation you bring to the table, and you have that coach splunk. I think you should be born with it. You can't be coaching and all. It can't be coached.
Jesus, Mary, Joseph, don't glorify me. Okay, mother, just do your job and start trying to figure out how to make nice offerings to Krishna.
Yeah, sure. You want to see what I offered? You want to see what I offered to Krishna today? These are the leaves. So the water, I already put it for Tulsi, and this is the sesame candy. These are the dry fruits, and then this is the mango. So this is all because of ISKCON coaching. Thank you.
Great.
Thank you so much. Thank you.
Good. Thank you.
Thank you, Prabhuji.
Thank you.